Hi, everybody. It's Margot Levette here. I want to introduce to you a special edition episode that is coming from a brand new podcast, Intentional Podcast, which was created for the author that wants to come on and talk about their book, for the entrepreneur who wants to introduce their product, their service to all of us. Why was it created? Because many of you have reinvented yourself and now you need a platform so that you can tell the world about what you're doing. So if you want to be a guest on Intentional Podcast, go over to my website, margotlevette.com, fill out the guest form. Let's have a conversation. And in the meantime, be sure to give me feedback. What do you like about the show? What don't you like about the show? I need everybody's support on this. Tell me what you're thinking. All right, bye-bye. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Intentional Podcast, where authors and entrepreneurs talk about their books, products, and their services. I have a question for you today. Do you love mysteries, those novels that thrill and delight us, those novels that just really shake us up? Well, I'm here with author William Turner, who has already delivered Walter Mosley Meets Agatha Christie with Classic Twist with his first two books. So I want to say welcome, William.
Good to be here, and thank you for having me.
Oh, wouldn't have it any other way. Well, let's get started. We know about your first two books, A Murder in Our Midst and Death Comes for the President. But tell us a little something about your third and fourth books.
The third book that I'm working on is, and I'm almost finished with it, is The Corpses Beneath the Tree. Mm-hmm. And by the way, if I sound a little bit hoarse, that's because I've quit smoking. And it's altering my body. So if you can't understand, ask me to repeat. It's that The Corpses Beneath the Tree is an undertaking with full community involvement. In this English community, two people are found beneath the tree. Mm-hmm. And it was done as though they were on a picnic. The constable was passing by, and he waved, and he yelled to them, and there was no reply. And they piqued his curiosity, so he turned around and walked up the embankment and found the picnic cloth extended, and the people beneath the tree. Mm-hmm. Jovially, he walked up, introduced himself, and started talking, but quickly realized there was no response. And just as quickly, he realized that they had been murdered. And so that sets the tone for The Corpses Beneath the Tree.
Wow, what a way to get started. Oh, my goodness. I have to ask you, you are such a great author of thrillers. What makes you the great author that you are?
Well, I appreciate the accolade, but I haven't reached that level yet. I'm trying to perfect my craft. But it got started when I was my first year in college. The professor had written across the top of the paper, "It's amazing at the high rate of illiteracy here in the United States." Mm-hmm. I was absolutely shocked. I went running to Brother Newman and Brother Ward at Catholic Memorial High School in West Roxbury, Massachusetts. I said, what is he telling me? What have I done wrong? They looked at the paper and they told me. They say, it is correct, but you don't have style. I said, well, how can I get style? I was completely floored. And they thought momentarily, and they said, well, why don't you read murder mysteries? I thought about it, and I spent that entire Saturday at Boston's library reading none other than Agatha Christie.
Mm-hmm.
When I went back to school that Monday, I was ready. But I did not realize until much later how much Agatha Christie had influenced me. It was her style, her approach, her sentence structure, the plots, the characterization of it all. And I had imbibed all of that. And that had fused into me, and I've been guided by that ever since.
Oh, wow. And she's such an awesome author. What a person to pattern you. What a person to bring out what's already inside of you and help you find your voice. Well, you know what, William, I got so excited when I heard about book number 3. I forgot to ask you, what about book number 4? And is there a 5? Are we talking about a sequence of books, sequels? What are we looking at here?
Okay, now I'm going to break with the serials with the detective, Sir Robert, and Lieutenant that is accompanying him, Lieutenant Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
However, with as soon as I complete The Corpses Beneath the Tree, I will start working on, which has been outlined, The Young Assassin.
Mm.
And I can tell you this, is that how much our children pay attention to us, wanting to please us, doing what they are told, and that can be catastrophic.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the tack that I have taken on this, because the parent had inadvertently turned their son into an assassin.
Oh, my. Oh, you are setting us up for more mystery, more intrigue. I hear it. I feel it already. Let me ask you, where where do you get your ideas from? Because you're just filling the books. I know Agatha Christie helped give you your voice, bring out your voice, but these ideas are all yours. William, where do they come from?
Well, I wish that I was as prolific as Patterson. However, I get my ideas from everyday interaction. For example, I'm a Catholic, and I was sitting in doing the Mass, and the priest was long-winded. He was going on and on and on. And I said, you know what, we got it. Why don't you just move on? And I gestured with my hand across my throat, cut it. And by that time, he turned around and caught me doing this.
Uh-huh.
I was absolutely mortified. I couldn't wait for Mass to be over. And on my way home, I was thinking about the incident, and I also thought about drafting a 6, Murder Comes to the Vicarage.
Mm.
And the clergy is murdered. And they are trying to find out a man of the cloth who would want to kill him. What had he done to deserve such a demise?
Mm-hmm.
And I outlined that. I had forgotten about that. And so that's in Q.
Oh, wow. I love it. I absolutely love what I am hearing. So sometimes it's so hard to find something really, really good to read, and something that is going to keep you on the edge of your seat, something that you just can't figure out quickly, just lead us and guide us to a place where we just really can't figure out what's going on. It sounds like you're still lining us up for that type of work. I just want to ask you also, When we read your novels, and we are right there, we were right with each and every character. What is it that you, the author, want to leave with each one of us, the reader?
You stated something that was a part of me, is that I've been lucky so far, is that because we have those seasoned writers, readers rather, and they can solve the mystery within 3 or 4 chapters.
Mm-hmm.
I've been lucky so far, is that I keep them guessing until the very end. Now, that is not something that I had set out to do. It was something that I had achieved.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very proud of that. And with my style of writing, I go for plots that are identifiable. Can I identify with the circumstance?
Mm-hmm.
Can I identify with the character's reaction?
Mm-hmm.
The setting where it occurred. Have I seen that place? I do extensive research.
Mm-hmm.
So, because the American people are well traveled.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was just like in Death Comes for the President at the famed Willard Hotel. I was got in touch with the hotel, and the manager provided me with a detailed description of it. And so those readers who have visited the Willard will say, oh, yes, I recognize this. I can identify with that. And so they're caught up with that.
Wow.
And so, not being a man, I had no clue how to dress a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I got in touch with Saks Fifth Avenue in New York. And the lady was most kind. I forget her name. She told me, she picked out the gown. She described it to me. She emailed me all of the details, the accessories, and all of this. So I put it in the book. And I bolted when I saw the inaugural of President Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
His daughter was wearing the same outfit that the lady had given me in the book.
Oh, wow. Mm. Wow. Thumbs up to authenticity. That's for certain.
Right.
Oh,
So
my
you
goodness.
you try to make it as authentic as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of my friends, they say, well, Billy, you know what? Are you just being friendly, or are you analyzing us? And I say, I had no idea. It was obvious. And so
Yes.
but they were so down to earth
Mm-hmm.
that the average individual could identify with their reaction. And I don't write down to the American people.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
write in a language that they can understand. And if I just am strapped for a down to earth, bare bone word, I would use a collegiate word, but I would explain it in context.
So you are very strategic. You are sharpening your craft most definitely. You have the reader in mind. It sounds like every step of the way, and you keep, because of your efforts and your skill, you have a way of keeping us on the edge of our seats thus far. So it sounds like 3 and 4 are going to be blockbusters. I would venture to say, and it sounds like number 5 is in the in the files there on your laptop or desktop somewhere. Also, correct?
Yes, you're right on
All
that.
right.
It's that at my age, when you get an idea, you stand a chance of losing it. So you write it down, and so you can come back and retrieve it.
Hey.
and you will write the opening paragraph and identify as much of the characters as you can. That will be the catalyst
Mm-hmm.
around whom the story will evolve.
Well, it's no wonder that you say that you write it down as soon as it comes to you because, your mentors, Agatha Christie, Walter Mosley, my goodness, look at their era and their great contributions. I'm looking at the time. We could go on and on and on because I am so loving and appreciating what you're bringing to the literary world, Mr. William Turner. But at this time, as we come to a close, will you tell us where we are able to make a purchase of your first book, A Murder in Our Midst, and number 2, Death Comes for the President?
All of those are available through Amazon.com and Barnes and Noble, along with other book outlets. I'm being carried on Walmart's website,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very fortunate with that. And Barnes and Noble had run a full advertisement with Death Comes for the President. And people buy it thinking that it has something to do with sitting president.
Yeah.
And I would hate to disappoint them, but it has absolutely nothing to
Uh-huh.
do with President Donald Trump. But it is a thriller, and I can guarantee them they would enjoy every moment of it. I received one review, and the lady stated on Facebook, I think she said the CIA or the someone should this should be required reading for them, and
Uh-huh. All
and so
right.
I was really pleased with that.
Well, it definitely caught my eye when I saw the press release. I thought, how timely. What is this all about? It definitely piqued my interest. And as I dug in deeper, I thought, wow, this is really cool. But as I say, this is a grand conversation. Everybody go over to Amazon and Barnes and Noble, Walmart even, which is a major feat. And I want to thank you so much for what you are giving us, Mr. Turner. So much appreciative.
Okay, and thank you very much.
Oh,
And I enjoyed this interview.
I'm glad. We're going to have to do it again. All right.
All right.
Well, this is Margot Levette. We're going to conclude another conversation here on Intentional Podcast where the authors and entrepreneurs come and they talk about their books, their products, and services. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.